A marquee matchup in the first round between the 12 seed Murray State Racers against the 5 seed Marquette Golden Eagles. This game in the West region, the winner advances to take on Florida State, a winner over the 13 seed Vermont here in Hartford, Connecticut. This is a 5-on-5 basketball game. There are 2 teams involved, but clearly we circled Ja Morant versus Marcus Howard. It is a matchup made for March. Carter Blackburn, Debbie Antonelli, John Schriffen. So these teams have earned their way into the NCAA tournament, but no question, the eyes on Ja Morant, who brings it up for Murray State.
Number 12 in blue, potentially a lottery pick in the NBA, but is a tremendous offensive player for Murray State. 20 points, 10 assists. No one's ever done that before. He actually averages 25 points a game, which is 8th in the nation, Ja Morant.
Marcus Howard, 5'11" junior for Marquette. The Golden Eagles at large out of the Big East. Murray State champs of the Ohio Valley regular season and tournament, making their 17th tournament appearance. Made it last year, lost to West Virginia and San Diego. Ja Morant had a quiet game in this one. Drawing the D, Ja Morant. Lob to the rim, and it's an easy lane for KJ Williams and the first assist for Ja Morant.
And that's the operative word for Ja Morant at 10 assists a game. He makes the game easy for his teammates, and in order to average 10 assists, you have to have enough guys around you that can make shots.
25 points, 10 assists a game. Number 1 in the nation in assists.
And number 0 in white, that's Marcus Howard. You mentioned him before as Theo John's trying to go to work inside.
Annam, shot fake, gets Morant in the air. Annam can't make him pay. Second chance, Joey Hauser on the offensive glass. And Murray State head coach Matt McMahon is saying, what happened to a box out? Morant guarded by Sakar Annam, the junior defensive stopper for Marquette. Tall task today. And yet he draws multiple defenders as he has all year. Morant dumps it off. Cowart, who's been terrific of late for Murray State, spins out, boarded by Sam Hauser.
The Big East Player of the Year, led the league in scoring. Marcus Howard, number 0, right there with the triple. Bottom. This is going to be fun, Carter. This is going to be a lot of fun watching number 0 in white for Marquette, number 12 in blue for Murray State.
Neither one backing down. Annam throws the defensive assignment on Morant. Off the screen from Cowart. Switch off. John on him. So Morant takes it and drills it. Morant answers the triple from Marcus.
So on the side ball screens, Marquette fights over the top. On the step-up screen, they get the switch. If I'm Murray State, I'm running that step-up screen to get Ja Morant with a big on him on the perimeter.
Shaq Buchanan guarding Howard for now. Both coaches saying it's not a one-on-one defensive effort as well. Team effort. Howard, step back, count the bucket, and a foul. Adams calls the foul on Buchanan, and a chance at a three-point play. Away we go.
The defensive player of the year in the OVC, the senior, Shaq Buchanan, gets called. Must have been down below the foul. And Marcus Howard is terrific at getting to the free throw line. He has unlimited range outside the arc. And he plays with an unselfish high IQ in the way he distributes the basketball as well.
6 of the first 8 for Marquette come from Marcus Howard. Morant draws the Marquette D. Skip. Buchanan tries the 3. Fight for the rebound. Won by Cowart. Second chance. Williams floater. He has 4 early points for Murray State.
How about the pass by Cowart?
The big man from Chicago has been remarkable of late for the Racers.
295 pounds, highly skilled for a big guy. Moves his feet well, number 32.
Howard misses the pull-up. John keeps it alive and throws it off of Williams. So Theo John on the inside. So here is your marquee matchup between Morant and Howard, the 2 leading scorers in the tournament.
Carter, you know how much I love offense. This is unbelievable to watch these two guys. It's the two highest scoring players in the NCAA tournament this year.
It's a double shoot till your arm falls off, right?
It's a double shoot till your arm falls off.
Into the corner is a guy who can shoot it as well. Tevin Brown, the freshman, nearly 40% from three. Murray State, early edge.
Hey, get the ice buckets ready, buddy, because somebody's arm is definitely going to be falling off in this one. The pace is going to be just like this. Both teams highly efficient, very skilled 1 through 5.
Joey Hauser, and one. Count the bucket again with a foul on Williams. 10-10. Back and forth already between Morant and Marcus Howard. The Golden Eagles and the Racers. Away we go in Hartford.
Check it out.
Welcome back here to Hartford as we are all tied up. Now, the hype surrounding Ja Morant has grown so big that head coach Matt McMahon told us he regularly has about 40 NBA scouts at their facility. Crowds are huge on the road. He even finds people at the hotel lobby looking for autographs. Now, because of the extra attention, the school has assigned Jeff Gentry, who's the assistant chief of Murray State Police, to follow Morant around everywhere he goes. Morant actually admitted to us, he said he's not really used to all this attention, but it makes life easier having Gentry there because he can just focus on basketball. Guys.
Demetrius Jarrell, Murray, Kentucky, a recruiting diamond in the rough, ended up at a basketball diamond in the rough. Murray State, the Racers. Morant throws the D, slips it into court, and already 3 assists for Ja Morant.
Again, ball screen defense by Marquette. A great ATO by Matt McMahon, knowing that they want to switch on that step-up screen.
After timeout, Morant has scored or assisted on 10 of the 12 points for Murray State. Already has more assists in this game than he did in last year's tournament game, and now he has a rebound to go with it.
And one of the advantages for Marquette are the Hauser brothers on the inside. They can both invert to the block. They both can shoot the 3.
Morant skips it to the corner. Off the bounce, Brown gets it back to Ja Morant.
And they like to score quickly in the shot clock, but when it gets deep right here, you've got one of the best playmakers in the nation making that play for the corner triple, Ja Morant.
Brown rattles it home. 5-point early edge for Murray State. 4 assists already for Morant. The sophomore from Dalzell, South Carolina.
Elite vision and athleticism.
Howard can't answer. Coward has the board. He looks to run into the hands of Morant. Ja crossing over, rocking the cradle and creating for Shaq. Buchanan. Too much Ja for Marquette early. An 8-point edge, 5 assists, a 13-2 run. They call them the Racers. And out of the gate, Ja leading the way as Murray State is off and running behind Morant. Dalzell. Ja Morant off to a yippee-ki-yay start. 8-point edge from Murray State, already forcing Marquette to use a timeout for adjustments.
When you have to call a timeout this early, that is a winning situation for your team in Murray State. It's got to be a motivator for them. They're having a hard time keeping Ja Morant in front.
Morrow traveled with it. Morrow subs into the game for Theo John and immediately turns it over. Watch every game live on your phone, tablet, computer, and favorite streaming device with March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today.
Carter, I don't know if Marquette has anyone with a foot speed to keep Morant in front. And Marcus Howard is not someone they want to be on him defensively.
Morant drops it off again. My question is, does anybody have the foot speed to stay in front of Ja Morant? Because the answer is apparently no.
Watch how Ja Morant off the handoff turns a corner, and it's like a timing play. He sees and reads the second level so well.
Annam tips this one away. It was touched by Marquette, so back to Murray State off the inbound.
So if you don't have the foot speed, you have to make it difficult for Ja Morant to see. You've got to close the gap, shrink the floor, do your best to keep him in front, force him to make shots. Is he more dangerous outside the arc, hurting your defense, or is he more dangerous when he gets to the paint? I think he's more dangerous in the paint.
Drawing 2 defenders here. So Morant gives it up. Cold with another dish. Blocked from behind by Morrow. A stop from Marquette. Quickly into the hands of Marcus Howard. Thought about pulling the trigger. He is taken away by Cohen. Running the break. Howard tips it away. Keeps it alive. Lost it out of bounds. Murray State. So Howard gives it up just as soon as he gets it back. It is racer ball.
Every possession matters. Look at the effort by Marcus Howard. That's the Big East Player of the Year. Leading scorer in the league. 6th in the nation with 25 points a game.
The left wrist has bothered him. He told us yesterday, good thing I shoot with the right. We watched him all through practice yesterday. Looked good. Morant splits the D, draws a foul. It's on Sakar Annam. Now, mind you, this is the defensive stopper for Marquette. Sakar Annam having trouble staying in front of Ja Morant. Real questions, real answers. Join Bleacher Report's Taylor Rooks as she interviews the world's most exciting athletes and celebrities. Take it there with Taylor Rooks, premiering Wednesday, April 3rd on the BR app. Buchanan takes it. Top 2. He makes it over the 6'8" Sam Hauser.
You got to give him a cushion because Hauser's afraid he's going to go by him. But you got to have your hands up.
Murray State has made 6 of its last 7. 5 early assists for Morant. Foul away from the ball called by Lee Cassell. It is on Tevin Brown his first.
Watch right here. Hands down. Buchanan just a little dribble to the side. He gets Hauser just to lean enough to create separation. This is a confident Murray State team.
Against a Marquette team that had a Big East regular season title right in its grasp. Let it slip away. Villanova won it. Marquette has lost 5 of its last 6. Howard gives it up. Sam Hauser for 3. The junior from Stevens Point, Wisconsin, with younger brother Joey on the floor with him.
Every time Sam Hauser shoots it outside the arc, I think it's going in. He has one of the most beautiful jump shots. 40% outside the arc.
Morant, 2-man game with Cowart. Slip into the bucket. Cowart in tight. Rims out. Joey Hauser has the board. Into the hands of Howard. Marcus Howard attacking off the screen. Right to the rim. Marcus Howard has 8 early points for Marquette.
Morrow lays a screen on you. You might lose daylight. That's a terrific job in transition to create a little space for Marcus Howard.
After the double-digit lead for Murray State, 5 straight for Marquette. Morant, feed inside, Cowart, and a reach-in foul called on Marcus Howard.
Murray State, Ja Morant. If you haven't heard him, check him out. We got a lot more to go.
You back to Hartford.
Here it's Murray State by 5. There are 8 made baskets in the game for Murray State. 5 assists for Ja Morant. Darnell Cowart, the junior from Chicago, misses his first. Coke is introducing new orange vanilla Coke. It's orange and vanilla and Coke and delicious. You'll love it. Of those 5 assists for Ja Morant to 4 different players.
All starters have scored for Murray State. Good distribution of their offense.
And yet 5 straight for Marquette. Cowart misses the 2 free throws. Sam Hauser on the wing, off a screen from Joey.
They love to back their defender down. Joey Hauser going with that little half hook. And Marquette does a great job of clearing it out for him, taking advantage of his size against Murray State.
That is out of bounds off Murray State. Marquette ball. And a good call. Not reviewable until the last 2 minutes, but it is off of Murray State. Marquette keeps it fresh. 30. Theo John back into the game, and he nearly turns it over. The big man having trouble for Marquette. John keeps it alive and gets it back to safer waters with Marcus Howard. Floater. Howard with another talk to. Marcus Howard has 10 early points. 7 straight for Marquette.
Pass the popcorn, my friend. This is going to be entertaining, right? This is fantastic.
Morant, he's scored only 3. Williams off another good pass. One of those situations, Debbie, where Murray State has become a better passing team and a better catching team playing with Ja Morant.
Yeah, watch right here. This is a great job of digging in and helping from the weak side by Marcus Howard. Possession arrow with Marquette.
It was 20-10 early for Murray State. Marquette fighting back. Howard triple. Howard again, and it's 10 straight for Marquette.
It was a 10-point lead for Murray State, and Marquette has tied it up.
Behind 13 early points from Marcus Howard. 6th leading scorer in the nation, averaging 25 a game. Morant whips it over to Buchanan for triple. Can't answer. Joey Hauser back into the hands of Marcus Howard. Howard, pedal down, finally misses. Boarded by Buchanan. They can race as well. Buchanan finds a trailing Tevin Brown. Buries it, and Murray State back on top. Tevin Brown, hot hand early.
Really good feel behind the penetration.
3 for 3 from 3 for the freshman from Fairhope, Alabama, Tevin Brown. Brendan Bailey into Sam Hauser.
One-on-one, no help.
Top floater goes for Sam Hauser.
And no adjustment for Matt McMahon until that becomes a problem and an issue for them. You play him straight up.
Morant, high off the glass, misses, boarded by Sam Hauser. 3 early points for Ja Morant to go with 5 assists. Into Theo John and a foul in the post, giving us a chance to look at the tournament summary with that foul on Williams. 4 teams from the state of Kentucky, including the Murray State Racers. And 12 seeds, of course, are a popular pick. So Murray State, certainly the talent and capability not only to win this one, but to make a lot of noise in the middle of the madness. That was on KJ Williams, his second. Inbound Howard, quick trigger, cleared by Eaves. Eaves takes the 3. Quick 3. As soon as Eaves gets in, he puts it up.
Yeah, got to get a little sweat going first, right?
Howard has a sweat going all the way to the rim, tries to drop it off, out of bounds off of John. Another turnover by a Marquette big man back into the hands of Murray State.
Yeah, usually Theo John can finish plays around the rim. Usually he does catch that. He's more of a rim runner, a hard roller in their pick and roll game. Scores on offensive rebounds.
Morant, who draws defenses in the eyes of everybody on the next level. Draws the defense here, and Morant high off the glass, misses, boarded by Sam Hauser again. For Morant, 1 for 3 shooting start. Howard pull up baseline, rims out again. John there on the offensive glass and gets a foul call. Theo John wrestles it away.
See Theo John come in and get some space to the rim, carves out a little space and draws the foul. But since the Steve Wojciechowski timeout, Marquette has been in better rhythm on both ends of the floor.
12-3 run since that timeout.
Well, Marcus Howard is fantastic, right? But he's going to sit down and take a break right now.
5 team fouls on Murray State. That last one was on Eve. So Sam Hauser needing to step up with Howard on the bench ahead of the under 8 timeout. That's probably the only break he's going to get in the first half.
Well, Brendan Bailey, the 6'8 freshman here, trying to guard Morant, who goes back door right into the help.
Morant took a pop, play on. Sam Hauser keeps it alive. Chartouni walks. And the matchup made for March. Murray State by 1.
Sonic
In the first 6 minutes of the game, but none since. 7 total assists for Murray State. So what's changed defensively for Marquette?
Well, I think they've changed their ball screen defense a little bit, and they have not stayed attached to the screener, who can't hurt you on those step-up screens. So they've done a better job of gapping, making Ja Morant see bodies in the paint.
Ja splits the gap this time. Out of bounds off of Marquette. Last touch by Annam.
That play had a high degree of difficulty on it. So that's a good job by Marquette. Again, shrink the floor. Make Murray State beat you over the top, not inside.
Maryland and Belmont coming down the wire. True TV. Turnover, run out. Bailey grabs it and dunks it. Oh, Dad Thurl will be proud of that one as Marquette has erased the early 10-point deficit, and it's a 14-3 run since the Steve Wojciechowski timeout.
The other thing is Brendan Bailey coming in the game. He's had the assignment on Ja Morant.
Buchanan throws it inside court around Theo John, the leading shot blocker and shot changer from the Big East. Howard turns the corner on Buchanan, takes a pop, out of bounds. Marquette keeps it.
I thought he got hammered inside.
It was a big pop.
Look at the drag right here, and he gets to the middle, and from behind, principal verticality in front.
And still plenty of time on the shot clock. Into Joey Hauser, quickly into the hands of Marcus Howard. Buchanan uses the screen, fires the three. Morant has a board. Ja Morant attacking, takes it right at Bailey, gets a foul called. Couldn't stick the finish, but still a foul called.
That is a nightmare when you're transitioning and you're on your heels and you're backing up and he's coming full speed downhill. Brendan Bailey's going to make him earn it at the line.
Grant from Catch-All Road told us just about everybody in Dalzell family. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. It's one of the old-time recruiting coups, and you give credit to James Kane, who's part of Steve Prohm's staff, so now he's at Iowa State, but AAU, and despite the fact that Ja Morant from South Carolina played on an AAU team with Zion Williamson, also from South Carolina, still it was Murray State who gave the big offer. He didn't even visit South Carolina, his only major program offer.
I live in South Carolina, and I didn't know where Dalzell is.
Dalzell, town of 2,200 outside of Sumter. Yeah, Josh said most of the streets are dirt, but he lived on the paved road, Catch-All Road.
This is when they're really dangerous, is when he defensive rebounds and quickly gets them into their offense. They're going to call him for a travel.
He slipped and fell, so that's a win for Sakar Annam, forcing the turnover on Ja Morant.
Let me say, Brendan Bailey did a terrific job with his time on him. And look at Sakar Annam move his feet. Really good D.
You like that changeup with a 6'8" Bailey on him?
I like that there's been several adjustments at the Marquette bench to try to slow Murray State down.
Howard 13 points, 2 made threes. Running off the screens, Howard gets it back. Joey Hauser in the post, draws 2 defenders, and he traveled, so gives it right back after the Murray State travel. 5 turnovers early for Marquette, and during the losing streak, losing 5 of 6. The turnovers, recurring problems for Marquette. Murray State only 1 made field goal in the last 7 minutes. Cohen lost. John gets it back. That's a fight for it. Gilmore goes up and gets a foul called. Devin Gilmore, the sophomore, who only plays 10 minutes a game, stuck with it and got the foul call.
Watch the effort right here. He just loses the handle. Tries to stay with it. It's a good job to keep battling on the glass.
Gilmore has made only 9 free throws all year. Make it 10. Watch Masters Live for exclusive video of Amen Corner 15 and 16 and featured groups. Watch live on the CBS Sports app, CBSSports.com, and Masters.com. Stepping up in March, Gilmore gets them both.
Full court pressure off the free throws. And try not to let Marcus Howard initiate. If you can make someone else handle. That's what Shaq Buchanan's doing right here, trying to keep him from getting the ball.
Howard quickly gets it back, and now on to Annam. Annam in the paint, lost it, poked away, into the hands of Buchanan. Shaq Buchanan crossing over, taking it hard to the rim, and putting the pressure on Joey Hauser, who commits the foul, and that is the second on Joey Hauser.
Really good D, good dig inside, deflection, and then Buchanan straight to the rim. Again, Marquette, when you turn it over in a live situation like that, you're not going to have enough time to get back. Murray State's team speed is outstanding.
Buchanan, the senior from Madison, Mississippi, via Northeast Mississippi Community College. He and Ja Morant committed on the same trip. Joey Hauser goes to the bench at the 5:25 mark, and here comes Brendan Bailey again, the freshman from Salt Lake City. Did a terrific job earlier defending Ja Morant. Murray State by 4. Annam bobbles.
Murray State does not like to switch.
Howard gets a step on Buchanan and spins it in. Howard now with 16. On his third, made 3.
A little brush screen by Sam Howard creates just enough space.
Morant creating space. Can't finish again. So for Ja Morant, only one made field goal in the game.
Watch right here. You see Howard doing a nice job of pulling it back, and Ja Morant on the other side gets right into the chest of the shot blocker.
And hangs a second foul on Theo John. So 2 fouls on both of the Marquette big men, Theo John and Joey Hauser. And Ja Morant, well, this is looking like Marcus Howard's line against Seton Hall when he had 1 made field goal and still scored 21 points. Morant in this game has more rebounds than he does made baskets. But it's early.
Yeah, and he can impact the game in so many ways. His rebounding, obviously his vision to the rim. On the offensive end, I think his defensive rebounding is underrated because it gets him very quickly into their offense.
He leads them in blocks as well with 26. He's a terrific shot blocker at 6'3".
He's a humble kid who loves to play the game. You can see it all over him.
So does Howard. And then he commits a foul. And that's the second on Howard, getting tangled up with Buchanan. So now 3 of the Marquette starters have 2 personal fouls.
I don't like it, Carter. I mean, the floater, he misses, and then watch. Right there, I thought Buchanan was initiating that contact.
So this is a dangerous 4:40 for Marquette. And then the question is, how long does Steve Wojciechowski keep Marcus Howard, Theo John, and Joey Hauser out of the game for this last 4:40 of the first half?
Well, with this lineup on the floor, you got to look for Sam Howard now, Sam Hauser, excuse me, to take over. They'll run some sets for him. He's got the size advantage on Tevin Brown.
Hard screen. Chartouni, the grad transfer from Fordham, running point now for Marquette. Bailey takes it into the hands of Buchanan. Murray State races. Morant way past Chartouni, draws 5, kicks, and another assist as Tevin Brown 4 for 4 from 3. Morant finally has his 6th assist.
So dangerous. He drew 5 white jerseys to the paint on that play.
Bailey on the wing, getting into Sam Hauser. Skip, Annam for 3. Bailey, stick back, draws a foul on the offensive glass. Brendan Bailey, impactful on both ends.
The ball's on a yo-yo. Can't keep him in front. Everybody converges. Bucket, Murray State.
Back to Hartford.
So Belmont out of the OVC, oh so close against Maryland, and now Murray State, who beat Belmont in the OVC final. And Belmont gets into the tournament and gets the win in Dayton over Temple. And Murray State, who was the chance of the regular season and the tournament, your lone representative remaining from the Ohio Valley Conference. 11 straight wins since February 2nd for Murray State. Ja Morant flips to the corner. Eves for three. 7 made threes in the first half. 7 assists for Ja Morant.
So Bailey gets over the first screen, the re-screen, and Ja Morant knows he's going to get over the top of it, and all Bailey does is lean a little bit, and it gives him a lane to see. He just needs a split second to see the rim and find his open players, does Ja Morant.
Nifty move from Morrow, the Nebraska transfer. Marcus Howard on the bench right now for Marquette. No.
Sorry, Carl. I'd run the same thing. Here, right here. Cowart, screen.
Morant draws a mold, drops it off, and a foul called. That's on Sam Hauser as Gilmore was going up with it. If it's working, why not go right back to it?
See, Ja Morant's not worried about who's defending him. See, right there, that's the re-screen. He gets enough space to get a piece of the paint and kick to the three-point line.
Remember we told you Devin Gilmore plays 10 minutes a game. Coming into this one, he had made only 9 free throws. He's 2 for 2, and now 3 for 3. Coming up on AT&T at the half. Scores and highlights and the latest NCAA tournament news all coming up on AT&T at the half. And as we told you from the get-go, Ja Morant is tremendous, but everybody else around for Murray State, he's made them all better into very good basketball players.
I mean, and look at Gilmore, like you just said, the numbers that he's got. You've got KJ Williams, and you got Tevin Brown, both with 2 fouls. That's why they're not on the floor right now.
Well, poked away. Buchanan knocked it away from Chartouni, tried to save it. No backcourt. Into the hands of Annam. Morrow in tight. Morrow draws the D. Dish out. Sam Hauser stepping into it. Sam Hauser walks the tightrope at midcourt to keep it alive and finishes off the 3. He's carrying the load right now with Howard on the bench in foul trouble. Morant shake, poked away by Sam Hauser. Chartouni takes it at Ja Morant. Missed at the rim, out of bounds. It was touched by Murray State. Marquette ball with a fresh 30.
Really good defense that time. Hauser gets a hand in the passing lane. It's because the ball screen defense kept Ja Morant out of the paint.
An early 10-point lead for Murray State. Marquette went on a 12-3 run. Into the corner, Annam for 3. Morrow on the offensive glass. Lost it, but just 1 second off the clock. Marquette keeps it.
Great job by Morrow to get inside position.
Chartouni into Sam Hauser.
You just want to get next to somebody on a 50-50 ball, right? Just get shoulder to shoulder if you can.
Hauser inside, Morrow again. Around court, off the window. Giving him very good minutes, had Morrow off the bench with Theo John after he got his second.
A really nice job by Morrow to flash to the middle of the floor and get over that left shoulder, that half hook.
John, Joey, Hauser, and Howard all sitting right now for Marquette with 2 personal fouls. Murray State turns it over, too hot for Eves. Chartouni finds Sam Hauser. In transition off the window. Fight for the rebound, won again by Morrow. Back up, play on. That's an offensive foul called on Morrow.
Off the glass. Watch Morrow battle for the offensive rebound. He puts his forearm right into the chest of Gilmore. That's why the foul.
Buchanan off the screen from Cowart. Back into the hands of Ja Morant. Trailed by Bailey. Look to the rim for Gilmore. Ja throws it up, and Gilmore jams it down. An action-packed first half. Less than a minute to go.
2-for-1 opportunity here for Marquette.
Sam Hauser backing down. Chartouni On to Brendan Bailey. Attacks, turns it over into the hands of Buchanan. Running the racers. Buchanan. Bailey got it from behind. Into the hands of Sam Hauser. Marquette brings it back. On the wing, Bailey takes it.
Hey, that's where you miss Marcus Howard not being on the floor. That's not a good possession. You got to be aware of time and score.
Shot clock turned off for Ja Morant. No screen. It's all Ja. Step back. Jack. For Ja. Put him on shakedown street. Led by the sophomore from Dalzell. Catch all road. Ja Morant and Murray State take a 7-point lead into the half.
Oh, Brendan Bailey. Ja Morant. Look at his footwork to create separation. Just too quick with the ball in his hands.
He has scored or assisted on 30 of the 42 points for Murray State. John Trippin with Matt McMahon.
Coach, Marquette made the early defensive adjustment on Ja Morant, limited him to only 2 field goals in that first half. What did you say to him to make sure he's still effective? Because he has 8 assists.
Yeah, I thought we've done a good job. Our bigs have done a nice job in the sprint ball screens, giving them some different looks. And then, as you watch Marquette, they do a great job of conversion on the basketball and the drives. Ja's doing a good job of finding the shooters. They're getting to his vision.
Marcus Howard went to the bench with 2 fouls, but he already has 16 points. What do you have to do defensively on him in the second half?
It's tough. They were 16 hard-earned points. I mean, he's terrific. Some tough step backs. Just got to work as hard as we can to make the shots as difficult as we can make them.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Morant made for March. Murray State by 7. We'll send you to AT&T in the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Want more NCAA tournament info? Hey Siri, show me the March Madness schedule.
Murray State by 7 at the half on Marquette. Carter Blackburn, Debbie Antonelli, John Triffin from Hartford, Connecticut. Can you guess what we're going to talk about at the half? There is a notable matchup in this game.
And it's been really good. Marcus Howard's been terrific for Marquette, but the story in the first half has been Ja Morant. He's got 10 points and 8 assists. His assists are to 6 different players. He's responsible for 31 of their 42 first half points between his scoring and his ability to distribute. And then Marcus Howard, 16 points on 14 first half shots. He did get a couple of fouls and had to sit the last few minutes of the first half. But when you look at the assisted basket number for Murray State, they've done a terrific job shooting 54% from the floor, which is above their average. And doing a great job, Marquette is on the offensive glass.
Those are the Capital One first half stats. Let's check with John.
Well, as Debbie mentioned, fouls became an issue for Marquette towards the end of that half. I asked head coach Steve Wojciechowski how he feel like his team handled that storm with his stars on the bench. He said, decent. The key to the second half for them, he feels like they need to do a better job defensively on Murray State, limiting their transition threes. And he said on offense, we've got to share the ball. We only had 2 assists in that first half.
Sakar Enham starts the second half by knocking it out of bounds, but Murray State still in possession. So the last 5:25 of the first half without Joey Hauser, Theo John, and Marcus Howard got his second at the 4:40 mark. So they weathered the storm, but it's still Murray State with a 7-point lead after leading by 10 early in the first half. Quickly into the hands of Shaq Buchanan. Kohler with the offensive board up. John gets a block. Kohler sticks with it. John alters that one. Kohler, how about a third chance? Racers bring it back out. Kohler and Theo John doing battle in the block to begin.
Really good effort on the glass.
Since Kohler entered the starting lineup for Murray State, they're 11-0. And there's Buchanan dropping it off for K.J. Williams.
Every time Marquette helps up, Murray State gets 2 points.
The 11th assisted basket on 14 made hoops for Murray State. And it's not all job. Into Sam Hauser. Turn around. Another fight for the ball. Won by Ja Morant. Giving him 5 rebounds now. Whips it ahead. Buchanan in tight. Spins in. Murray State has its largest lead, up 11 on the 5 seed from the Big East, Marquette.
One of the things Marquette likes to do is reverse the ball, get a couple of sides in each possession, and Coach Wojo is not happy with his group at all. Timeout, Marquette. Ja Morant, transition buckets.
AT&T takes us above the rim for one of the best plays of the game.
A lot of misdirection. You flood the strong side, and then the back door opens up at the rim. That is Devin Gilmore with a flush for an easy 2 off the Ja Morant assist.
When Steve Wojciechowski took a timeout in the first half, his team responded with a 12-3 run. Got to look for Joey Hauser out of this one. Ja Morant runs the Racers.
And now he's got a mismatch. He pulls it out. Look, he's got Hauser on him, and he knows it. He doesn't want a screen in this situation, Carter. He just wants to take it. No screen. Play. Look at everybody pinch and gap. Everybody's got feet in the paint.
Oh, it's on Ja, and then Sam knocks it away on the lob. What a play by Sam Hauser.
See, that's where Ja Morant's IQ comes in. Good job by Sam Hauser to get a piece of that. Allows him to shoot.
Inbound Ja and 1 with a foul on Sakar Annam.
What a terrific move by Ja Morant. He just shakes Sakar Annam, the best defender for Marquette, which is going to bring Brendan Bailey on the floor in place of Annam.
Ja Morant, his dad, Demetrius, played high school ball with Ray Allen. Ray went on to the Hall of Fame. T became a father and poured his basketball knowledge into his son, Demetrius Jarrell, and Ja is showing it all in March.
Marcus Howard wants a shot here. You can just tell.
He takes it, rejected at the rim by KJ Williams. John bails him out. Sam Hauser runs it down. Back into the hands of Marcus Howard with Ja Morant's hand in his face. Marcus Howard with a statement 3 for the Golden Eagles.
You can just see he wants to seek shots. He's a winner. That kid wants to play. He wants the ball.
The tournament's 2 leading scorers, and hammers it home. It's a jaw jam. And now Howard crossing over on Buchanan. Joey Hauser into Theo John with a hook. Guess who's there for the board? Ja Morant. 6th rebound. It's triple-double watch now for Ja Morant. Crossing over on Bailey. John gets a block. They thought it was a shot clock violation. Theo John gets the block. And now Marcus Howard's turn. With Morant guarding Marcus Howard. It's over to the wing and a missed 3. Another rebound, Morant. Long run out and a land for Tevin Brown. Murray State off to the races in March. Marcus Howard has something special too. Off the window.
The main bucket allows Marquette to get back. Set their D.
Brown misses off the look from Morant, who already has the double-double. Hauser attacks, takes a bunk from Buchanan, and a furious sequence puts Murray State up by 13.
What a great backdoor cut. Oh, boy, at the rim. Wow. We were talking to Marcus Howard yesterday about Ja Morant's athleticism. He said at the CP3 camp, he said the first time he saw him, thought he got his torso over the rim. He jumped so high.
The CP3 camp, Chris Paul's camp, where Ja Morant exploded. Very good as a freshman, magical as a sophomore. In fact, Magic came to watch him in the OVC tournament.
Okay, this is the same situation right here. You push in transition, you get the mismatch. You don't want any screen here.
Kohler takes it, draws 2 defenders. Kohler in the post, 9 to shoot. Buchanan attacks. Howard high off the window. In tight. Williams with an offensive board. Marquette down by 15. And it's not all Ja Morant from Murray State.
That's right, Carter. Very good balance.
Marcus Howard, step back. Fight for the rebound. It is out of bounds. There's a foul called, and it is on Marquette. It is Murray madness right now in Hartford. Orange vanilla Coke, delicious for Ja and Murray State.
Oh, he's been terrific. He's scored in every way. He sets up his teammates. He also sets himself up. Look at the back door. Jam by Ja Morant. A 15-point Murray State lead.
So what does Marquette do to get back in it?
So they've got to take advantage of their size. They've yet to do that on the interior. I think they've got positions on the floor where they can expose Murray State, but they've got to reverse the basketball and try to get them in transition. And they've got to be able to make shots because their transition defense cannot keep Murray State in front. They've got to be able to score so that they can set their D.
Ja Morant threatening a triple-double, already has a double-double. Last triple-double, Draymond Green, Michigan State. 2012. Kohler nearly taken away. Williams gets it, and Williams spins out. There's Morrow with the board.
Okay, there's one stop. Can you get 3 stops in a row, 3 scores to get it back in striking distance?
Marcus Howard, floater in transition. Morant has another rebound, and Ja, speed racer. Buchanan hammers it home. Ja is bowling out in Hartford. Kohler has a steal, and now the big man attacks and draws a foul on Sam Hauser. The answer to your question about stops is no.
They cannot guard them in transition. They are too fast, and Ja Morant does such a great job of advanced passing, eyes up. What a performance by Murray State so far.
And yet here's your warning for Murray State. Cannot get comfortable at this point. Who delivered the Buick expectation-shattering performance of the day? Tune into Inside March Madness presented by Buick and find out. I think we have a nominee from Hartford, Connecticut.
You think? Marcus Howard's got to be patient here. I know he's seeking shots, but he can't get it all back by himself.
Howard has 21 for Marquette. Into Morrow, back to Howard. Off the screen, good drop. Morrow missed the dunk when Marquette needed it. Morant throws it away, Bailey runs it down. Here's Brendan Bailey, and now Brendan crosses over. He misses at the rim. Morrow blocked inside. 3 misses at the rim for Marquette, and it's Murray State ball.
You got to put this one away. Another opportunity. Morrow gets blocked at the rim.
.45 to go, but it feels like it's already getting late for Marquette. Morant with a reach in. He still manages to whip it into the hands of Brown, who finally misses from 3. Howard, step back, Jack. Cleared by Brown.
Every loose ball going away of the Racers.
Brown misses. Marquette has missed 7 straight now. And Murray State, I think Racer is appropriate right now, the way that this team from Murray, Kentucky is pedal to the metal for Matt McMahon. His 4th season as head coach after 4 years as an assistant to Steve Prohm.
They put so much pressure on you with their offense. Their defense is solid in the quarter court. They don't need to extend, but their ability to score and Ja Morant leading the way is really challenging for Marquette.
Sam Hauser finally has a bucket for the Golden Eagles. Man, part of the incredible coaching legacy for Murray State. 8 straight head coaches have led them to the NCAA tournament. This their 17th appearance. Morant behind the back, nobody there except the stanchion. The stanchion is not very good at finishing around the rim, Debbie.
You know, he does have a tendency to turn the ball over, and maybe he's feeling very comfortable right now, right? So you attempt that pass, it's probably not something Coach McMahon wants. But you got to live with it, right? Because there's a lot of positive that comes with Ja Morant.
I'd say the positives are very much outweighing. Another miss. Marquette, more with the rim, blocked again. Cowart dominant inside on both ends. Darnell Cowart. Morant flips it. Brown. Too much. Murray State. Joey Hauser. Cowart getting it done on both ends for the Racers.
And Ja
Foul on
Morant,
Joey.
he has so much confidence. All he's got to do is get Hauser just to lean a little bit in defensive transition, and there's no way that Joey or Sam can get to the corner to defend. Murray State runs the floor hard, and they run it wide every time in transition.
Joey's third. Cowart draws the charge. 18-point advantage for Murray State, champs of the Ohio Valley Conference. Gilmore misses the floater. There's Williams, and got a foul called. It's on Theo John. That is his third. Both Joey Hauser and Theo John get their third. Murray State riding this Racer in March. Ja Morant in the spotlight. Here's a reminder that Murray State is the 12 seed from the OVC and Marquette the 5 from the Big East, because right now the Racers are thoroughly outplaying a Marquette team that won 12 games in the Big East this year. This is a look at a potential hook and hold. Theo John in the post. Pat Adams over to explain it as we check in with Gene Steratore. Gene, what did you think? Now, Pat tells us what he thinks. Regular, common foul. What did you think, Gene?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a hold there, but really not a clamp down, and doesn't become a safety issue where he's stopping him from making a play. It's a basic common foul and a good hold. I think the officials do a great job of keeping that a common foul.
All right. So no flagrant one for the hook, hold, and clamp. We've all become familiar with the hook and hold.
Yes.
Now we're talking about a clamp. Nearly poked away from Morant.
He's untrappable, unflappable.
Oh, drawing 2 defenders. Morant with the left off the glass, kept it alive for Williams. Even when it's a bad miss for Ja Morant, it turns into 2 more for Murray State.
It just seems like they've gotten every bounce.
By 20, another largest lead number for Murray State.
So,
Joey Hauser trying to go baseline and draws a foul on Gilmore.
yeah, you see now the Hauser brothers, Sam and Joey, have an advantage with the size on the inside, but the game's got to slow down enough for them to be able to take advantage. This is a great post up inside by Joey. Draws a foul. He's going to the free throw line. There is plenty of time. Now you look at this deficit as 20. He's probably going to make a couple free throws here. Got to cut it in half by the 5-minute mark, Carter.
The UEFA Champions League is heating up. Stream on VR Live or watch on TNT. The quarterfinal round continues April 9th. He makes them both. Stevens Point Area Senior High School, the Panthers, both his parents, Sam and Joey's parents, Dave and Stephanie, are educators.
We're going to see a first possession of zone, and this is not something that Marquette likes to play a lot of.
Just searching for answers at this point.
You got to try something.
And they're going to stop.
You've tried a lot of different coverages with your ball screen defense.
John wants it in the post. Howard Nearly poked away by Buchanan. Howard drops it off. Theo John took it down. John looking for help. It's another turnover, and Murray State runs again. Buchanan crosses over, finishes at the rim around Sam Hauser.
See, Marcus Howard's thinking right now, if Theo John can't complete that play, I can't pass it to him anymore. That doesn't mean that John doesn't quit posting up.
Marquette's success has been defense to offense in transition, and Murray State is outdoing them at their own game. Brown has that rebound. Ja Morant is 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. He has 3 in his career, but on this stage, remarkable already at the 9:40 mark to be in position for the first triple-double since Draymond Green, 2012.
So Coach Wojo going man on miss, zone on makes.
Shot clock winding down. 3 seconds. Looked like Gilmore didn't leave the paint, so it's a turnover by Murray State. 3 seconds.
You've got this point in the game right here where it slowed down a little bit, right? So Murray State is not off to the races. If you can score, you can set your D. Got to continue to get some movement down here on Marquette's end. That's one of the things that they do really well is reverse the basketball, get a couple of sides each possessor.
Howard in time, floated, rejected.
But that's not reversing the basketball, and there's nothing there. You know, Howard needs to, they need to run their offense right now.
1 of their last 12. Now, Marquette pulled out one of the more remarkable wins anywhere this year. 106-104 overtime at Creighton when the game looked like it was over with seconds left. Long time here. Morrow has a slam home. And that game when Marquette won it, Marcus Howard at 53. Right now 21. And Marquette mounts a momentous comeback in the last 8:53.
So we only saw 1 possession of zone, which resulted in a stop.
Morant drawn 2 defenders and creating again for Cowart. 13 assists for Ja Morant.
He does such a good job on that action. Turn in the corner. I think he can turn the corner on anybody.
Any corner, anywhere. Morrow in tight. He was touched by Buchanan. Marquette keeps it 12 to shoot.
That play has resulted in a dunk, but this time Cowart does a great job just getting in his vision. If you move and work off his penetration, you'll find an opportunity.
Howard denied Joey Hauser. He was touched by Murray State, says Pat Adams, who's now going to check with Lee Cassell. Got it right, because it looked like Joey was the last to touch it. Or rather, Murray State was the last to touch it. Joey didn't touch it on that last one. 6 to shoot here, Marquette. Lob taken away. Off the inbound, Buchanan steals it. And now Shaq against Bailey with another top finish at the rim. Shaq Buchanan, a 22-point edge for Murray State, and another Marquette timeout. Nothing golden yet for Marquette. Shaq Buchanan showing off in March. Out.com. Another timeout for Steve Wojciechowski, trying to get something going for Marquette.
I think he's been very patient with his guys. You know, they've got to run some offense, and this time they get 2 sides of the floor and they get a layup. Okay, that's what I've been saying, and Ja Morant going to get the ball and walk it up the floor. That's what you want if you're Marquette, but now you got to get stops because you're playing against the time as much as you are the deficit right now.
Back into the hands of Morant with Joey Hauser and Brendan Bailey chasing, whipped inside, John Williams.
He's having a great time. This kid's enjoying what he is doing. He is playing with a passion in March.
15, 14, and 8. Maniacal in March. And 1, Joey Hauser, chance at a 3-point play. Whew.
He does such a great job of just extending the double team. And then with his left, he passes it as well as any point guard in the country with his non-dominant hand.
And that's worth a reminder. He is right-handed,
Yes.
but he is tremendous with the left.
He goes to the left better than he goes to the right, I think, off the bounce. You know, the one thing that he's got to work on, and he knows, is taking care of the basketball. But his vision, his athleticism is elite. And his desire to win and his competitive spirit helps make this Murray State team so dangerous because he's unselfish.
We asked him yesterday, how do you explain your vision? He says, I watch a lot of basketball. This one's poked away by Bailey. Sam Hauser running Marquette. Marquette needs it and gets it. Rattled home. Better offense for Marquette, but still in a 17-point hole.
In the last set, they got Ja Morant off the ball. You see Matt McMahon says, get the ball back in his hands.
That's coaching.
Flatten it out a little bit.
Sam Hauser has a double-double. Joining Ja.
Tell you what, Brendan Bailey's done as good a job as you really can do on him. It is so impossible. Look at that feed.
The 15th assist. Howard has 6 points, but doesn't tell you how well he has played.
One of the best compliments you can give any player is, do they make their teammates better? Would you answer that with a A+? Ja Morant is so good, so unselfish, highly competitive.
I don't know how many pluses you can put on the A on your report card, but he gets a ball and has another rebound, one board away from the triple-double. His dad told him, go where they want you, not where you want to go. And he felt the love from Matt McMahon and Murray State. And so under-recruited, yes, but he was recruited, and Murray State got him. And now as a sophomore, Ja Morant putting on a show with a March spotlight on him. Attacking, tough finish. Coward has the board with a fresh 30, gets a foul called. Coward on the offensive glass. He has been almost as tough inside as Morant has been outside.
I think their offensive rebounding is underrated, and this is why they get to the glass so much, is because they break you down off the dribble. Ja Morant makes you rotate, and then you don't get back to box out, and it allows Coward and others to get to the board.
11-0 with Coward as a starter at the end of the year for Murray State. March Madness continues tonight with 8 more first-round games across CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. You decide the games you want to watch. We'll have St. Mary's versus Villanova here from Hartford. Marquette crowd quiet, down by 20. Howard to Bailey. Joey Hauser trying to give him a second chance. Marcus Howard lets it fly. Shaq Buchanan the board.
Try to get back and build that wall, but he can climb over it.
The 12 seed Murray State is running clock with 5 minutes to go against the 5 seed Marquette. That's how dominant Ja Morant and the Racers have been today. That's 4 on Joey Hauser, joining Theo John with 4 for Marquette. And it will be Coward headed back to the line. And give this young man a lot of credit. Got to campus June 1. He has lost at least 40 pounds. So from Chicago High School in Arizona, Cowley County Community College, showed up at Murray State, has been on a terrific training and eating program so that he can be out here for big minutes, and he has been terrific in both the OVC tournament and now the NCAA tournament.
Whenever you see guys that have that kind of body type, when they have good feet and they can catch, and he runs the middle of the floor like he owns it, he's going to continue to develop his skill and his conditioning.
Sam Hauser Long two. Ja Morant has the board, and he has a triple-double. And Murray State fans erupt as the pride of Murray, Kentucky, and of Dalzell, South Carolina, has a triple-double in the NCAA tournament against the Marquette Golden Eagles. And the Racers are far from done. Fouls on Joey Hauser. That's his 5th. The redshirt freshman is fouled out.
That's the 6th foul that Cowart has drawn on the front line of Marquette.
Disappointing for Dave and Stephanie and the terrific family from Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Joey Hauser has now fouled out of 3 of the last 9 games for Marquette. Credit the man at the line, Darnell Cowart, for getting him out of the game.
He's going to have to work on making some free throws in the offseason.
Howard easy to the rim, but that's been rare. His 23 have been tough. 4 minutes to go. Murray State by 20. On to Buchanan. Last year when they were a 12 seed losing to 5 seed West Virginia and San Diego, it was a quiet game for Ja Morant. Count it. And 1. Marquette not done yet, but it is too much Ja Morant. Quiet last year in the NCAA tournament. Loud in 2019 with a triple-double. Done with that mic yet, but he has dropped a triple-double on Marquette here in Hartford.
15 points, 15 assists, and 10 rebounds. All of his rebounds on the defensive end.
He is quiet off the court, and he does a lot of talking with his game on it. And he is not the only racer who was ready for this moment in March. Murray State bringing the fight to the 5 seed Marquette. Tevin Brown, they played AAU together, so really when Ja Morant made his commitment along with Shaq Buchanan and then Tevin Brown a year later coming from Fairhope, Alabama to Murray State. And when West Virginia brought the fight to the Racers last year, you know they were anxious to get back and do it again.
That was Bob Huggins and Javon Carter and Sagaba Konate. I mean, that was a well put together basketball team for Coach Huggins.
Tevin Brown has 19. 5 made threes, 2 for 2 from the line. And the marquee matchup, scoring-wise, Marcus Howard has carried the load for Marquette. Bailey hits a 3 to give him a ray of sunlight, down by 16.
I think Brendan Bailey has done a nice job doing the best he can on Ja Morant.
Buchanan, Cowart takes it inside, drops it off. Williams, and 1 again.
Any way they want to score, they have scored against Marquette. Look at Cowart. All 295 of them dropping that off.
Williams, the freshman from Cleveland, Mississippi, misses the free throw, but still he's averaging 7.5 points, and he stepped up with 14 points, 3 rebounds, a block shot in this game. Howard, long 2, boarded by KJ Williams, and Murray State closing in. With 3 minutes to go, the 12 seed has dominated from the get-go. It was a 10-point early lead. Marquette made its push. Howard out of bounds off of Morant. Marquette basketball here with 2:48. Marcus Howard has done his very best as the Big East Player of the Year to keep pace with Ja Morant and Murray State, but it's been too much from his friend. They keep in touch on Instagram, messaging back and forth, said they did chat yesterday prior to this matchup. Bailey has the board, another chance for Howard and the Golden Eagles.
And Marcus Howard, 23 points on 27 field goal attempts.
Williams with a dunk off a long look from Morant. We took a left turn to get to the gym today to watch Marquette play Murray State, and I think even Al would appreciate the performance by Ja Morant and the Murray State Racers. Anyone who's ever watched basketball would appreciate this performance by Morant.
Immediately eyes to the rim. All game, Marquette has run the floor hard and got behind, excuse me, Murray State has run the floor and got behind the Marquette defense. Spectacular.
His 20th double-double of the season, 3rd triple-double, 4th of his career. Tracy Morgan and Tiffany Haddish are back in the TBS original series, The Last OG, premiering April 2nd only on TBS. For Marquette, it would be 6 of 7 losses at the end of the season, and it all goes back to when Villanova closed on a 12-1 run late at Villanova. The Wildcats captured the Big East regular season and the Big East tournament. We will see them next in Hartford against St. Mary's, but the Marquette team with big dreams, Big East and beyond, now staring at 81-62 and the end of the year for the Golden Eagles.
Carter, Ja Morant has only taken 8 shots today. Isn't that phenomenal?
It is.
That he has impacted the game and so on the right side of the box score. Rebounds and assists with his triple-double.
And how about your Palmetto State guys? I mean, Zion Williamson
and Ja?
Ja, that's pretty good. They played AAU ball together. That's the remarkable part. I mean, Ja's put on a highlight reel today. You can look up his highlight reel from high school on YouTube and say this is not something that should have been missed by so many major programs. But Murray State, major in their own way. They won games in 2010 as a 13 seed over Vandy, 12 as a 6 seed over Colorado State. Then they lost to Marquette, but making their 17th NCAA tournament appearance. This will be their 12th straight win. Champs again of the OVC, and they have represented the Ohio Valley Conference and Murray, Kentucky here in Hartford.
Little rope-a-dope coming right here, Carter.
Morant on Bailey, shot fake, floats it, and one more with an icing on the cake with a little finger roll from Ja. And he has earned this ovation in Hartford, Connecticut. An all-time NCAA performance in the first round from Ja Morant of Murray State. Marcus Howard resting on the Marquette side. And it will be the 12 seed Murray State advancing to face Florida State here in the West region. Win number 28 of the year and 12 straight for Murray State. Morant scored or assisted on 53 points in this game. And now the Racers can dribble it out and celebrate. What a moment in March for Ja Morant, his Racer teammates, and Murray State as the 12 seed races past Marquette. Ja Morant was ready for his moment in March, and with a triple-double and a dominant win over the Golden Eagles from the Big East. What can you say, Debbie? What a performance by Ja Morant.
Impressive. Beautiful. Balanced. Competitive. Fun.
Turn to TNT now for 10th-ranked Florida versus Nevada. And so you'll have the Murray State versus Florida State matchup Saturday in Hartford, Connecticut. And now Ja Morant and the Murray State Racers are Florida State's problem. They handled Marquette.
It's a problem. It's going to be a problem. They are good. They're balanced.
TNT now for Florida versus Nevada. TBS has St. Mary's versus Villanova approximately 7:45 Eastern. We'll send you to our studio after these messages.